Hi guys, welcome to Meeting Mer with Lisa. On today's show, I have pet psychic and communicator Cynthia Fellows. Cynthia, thank you for being here today. I'm very excited to have you because I've never talked to or met a pet psychic before. How did you know that you had this gift?
I'm happy to be here also, Lisa. Thanks for asking me. I was very psychic at a young age. The first experience I ever had did not have to do with animals. It had to do with I was babysitting at a neighbor's house, and the father had died in a plane crash.
Oh, wow.
He was a test pilot, and I remember she said, "Oh, you can read any of my magazines." And I got down on the floor and I was going through like her cabinet of all her magazines, and I heard someone coming up the steps, a steady boom, boom. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" And no one ever arrived at the top of the steps. And I looked and there's no one there. And I said, "I just have this feeling that's her dad." So I went running into the bedroom where the two little boys were, and they were cuddled up together. And they said, "We hear it every night." And we just sat there on the. That was my first experience. I was probably 12 to 14.
Wow.
So I started having like things like that, not to do with the animals necessarily.
So when did you switch over and realize you could communicate with an animal?
Yeah, and I've had a big interest in psychic development, and it seemed like I just read a book and a million things started to happen. I was telling you before, my family and I were very frightened by my ability. And we didn't know what it was, and it had to do not with animals yet.
Right.
But in the middle of all this, I started having experiences with animals, and I have an embarrassing story. It had to do with a fly. I think I told you.
You did tell me, but you can tell everybody.
Well, this was the first time I noticed that I was really psychic, because prior to that, I guess I was 16, because I remember I had a Ouija board, which you should not have, folks. And my best friend and I, we were in high school, and like we'd ask it questions, who's going to ask us out? We were using it just to find out about boys, basically.
Okay.
But at that time, I must have conjured up like some energy, because I was already psychic and didn't realize it. And I went to take a shower, and there was a fly in the shower. This sounds so silly. A fly in the shower stall. And I'm like, if I turn on the water, I'm going to kill the fly. Not that I hadn't killed a million flies with a fly swatter. I mean, I don't know. All of a sudden, I was feeling differently about this fly. Right. I said, if you get on my hand, I'm going to take you outside. So it got up right on my hand. But then I was naked, right? So I had to put a robe on. So I said, I'm going to put you against the tile. So I put a robe on. And then you'll get back in my hand, kind of like giving it pictures of what to do. So it did everything I said, and I went outside and let it go. That was my first experience. Shortly after that, I was upset about something. I came running up the stairs, and I threw myself on the bed, and I was crying. And our cat got on the bed with me and was consoling me. And then I went and let the cat out, and I said, "I know I'm never going to see you again." For some reason, I just knew that I was never going to see that cat again. I love you very much, and we never did see the cat. And it turned out there was someone, and this is in Boston. The first thing with the stomping up the stairs happened in Maryland. These two incidents, the fly and the cat, the same house. In Boston, somebody was stealing cats and killing them. Which
Horrible.
I just knew, I think that's what happened to our cat. So those are the first incidents, like the first person incident, the first two animal incidents. It goes on and on, believe me, many things.
Now, are there certain animals that are easier to talk to or easier to communicate with than others?
Not really, no. I mean, I've communicated with horses, llamas, chickens, fish, parrots, cats, dogs. I'm probably leaving something out.
It's okay. We were actually, just so everybody knows, we were going to have two dogs live, which I was very excited about. And the building did not approve of the dog that we brought today. Yes. So the dog had to go home. But we do have pictures. So Cynthia's going to be reading from pictures, even though we were looking forward to a live pet reading. So how do you get the animal to communicate with you? Like, how do you get it to tell you what's wrong? Or, I don't like my mom, I love my dad, I don't like the dog treats. Like, do they tell you stuff like that?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I can get like really general info from some animals and really super specific it from others. I work from photographs or in person. And I have clients that used to live here who now live elsewhere, so they call me. I have photos of their animals on file, and they'll say, what's going on? We got a new dog, you know. So in person or photos, they're very, very efficient both. And a lot of the time, people come to me with emotional or behavioral issues. I think that's kind of my specialty. And very few people just want to know if your animal's happy. I mean, occasionally, you know.
Right.
But sometimes people want to know physical issues. I'm not really answering your question, am I? Okay. So, no, I was going to get to that, but I just wanted to explain something that I can pick up some physical feelings in my own body, but I'm not a vet, so I'm hesitant sometimes.
Right, and
but I will say I'll say take it to the vet. How I get the info is people usually need, like, it's like, I think of it as group therapy. So, send me the picture ahead of time. I sit down like you did. You sent me the photos of even the animals you thought were going to be here. And I sit down with the photo and I go, hello. And I just start writing down everything I'm hearing. I hear it in my head. I see flashes of pictures. I feel it in my body. I have all three of those. Some animal intuitives only have one of the three. I have all three. So the animal and I connect. If it's, and then when it's, and I write down what I'm thinking when the owner calls, they'll have the animal nearby. I'll read what I already picked up, and then I'll say, what else do you want to know? And they'll ask me, and I'll say, let's be really quiet, and I tune back into the pet. And I go, this is what the mother or father wants to know. What do you do? And then I'll tell them, we go back and forth. It's like group therapy. But I'm picking it up. The animal is usually extremely open, and I'm picking it up by flashes, like in your own thoughts, images, my physical or just mental, everything. I get it all.
I'm curious to see how she does this. So Echo was supposed to be here today. Well, she was here for like 10 minutes. So we're going to start with Echo first.
Yes.
This again is what she has.
Echo, where are you? I can't find the picture.
Do you want to take this one?
Sure. Oh wait, he's the second one in the picture.
She, yeah.
She. Oh wait, the third.
Third?
No, I can't even find Echo. Yeah. Echo popped down at me really, really, really fast, like blink. And I didn't read, before I even read like what you said about Echo. So what I just want to tell you, because I know the owner of Echo is in the room, correct?
Someone who takes care of her.
Oh, okay. Because what I picked up about Echo was almost the opposite of your question, and that confused me initially.
Okay.
So, first when I connected with Echo, hi, what's going on? I am so excited to talk to you. I love squirrels. I love to chase them, but mommy doesn't like me to. Now, that's what I got right away. But then I thought, well, let me go back and read the note. And the note was, why doesn't Echo like to go outside? And I went, wait a minute. Because Echo was basically telling me, how much she's a bundle of energy. She absolutely loves being outside. She loves chasing squirrels. How is it possible she doesn't like to go outside? That's counter what I'm picking up. I always trust myself, even if I think I'm going to make a total fool of myself, because more likely than not, I'm right. I mean, because I'm getting it from the animal.
Right.
So when I heard that she didn't like to go out, I said, what's going on? And then I saw a glass sliding door or a window, some glass and some kind of an accident. I was sensing some kind of an accident happened with the sliding door that scared Echo. Now, I don't know. I can explore it further. I'm not sure if it happened to Echo or someone Echo loved or if Echo was involved in an accident. But whatever that was, scared her. So.
And does any of that resonate to you? Like, is her owner watching? Do you know? Is she?
I don't think she's watching at the moment, but I don't know her that well.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were the owner.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
You
She
just
and
lost her.
Allison takes care of walks her.
Yeah, I know that she's afraid of like a lot of traffic noises, which is why she doesn't like going outside sometimes.
Okay. What about squirrels?
I have never seen a squirrel in New York with her, so no.
But you know, she came from a breeder, right? She came from like another family, another situation.
I guess.
And how, let me look at the, Echo is 3 years old. She came from a breeder. Do you know how long her, Alexis, her mother had her, or? Okay. Because she could be picturing like something from puppyhood or, I mean, I picked up from her, she's just like a bundle of joy and energy, and I can picture her running.
She was adorable here. We really were sad that she had to go.
Yeah, I'm picturing her loving being outside with squirrels, so something had to have happened. If you want, I can ask more, but I got more, okay? I love birds. I don't want them to give me away. Now, I don't know if there was any talk of giving her away, but
I guess if her owner responds back to
yeah.
anything and
Oh, I
emails
see.
me, then I can let people know.
Yeah, because I think that somehow there's some fear of being given away. I can explore that further. You know, if she came from a breeder and now she's in a new place, and I don't know how long she's been in the new place, maybe there's some memory of being given, but she has a little bit of fear of being given away. She said she doesn't like mean people. I just want to play. I just love snuggles. I am filled with love, but I don't always trust.
Yes.
That's what I got. This was like a very quick thing because I had like a lot of pictures, a lot of animals. I wanted to see how much I could get.
Right.
You can go back to it.
Okay.
Yes.
So our next dog, who is also supposed to be here today, is Tegan.
Right. Tegan spoke to me too. Okay, hold on a second, please.
No problem.
Pictures. Tegan, right?
Tegan.
Okay. I was told that Tegan is a 12-year-old Labradoodle from Wales and has some health issues, tumors, and lymphomas. Okay. The first thing Tegan said was, I don't like planes.
Okay.
I love my mom. I like being an only pet because I want 100% of the attention. Is this?
Riley's here. She's in the other room.
Oh, the mother?
One of the mothers. Yeah.
Okay. I like to bury my bones. I hide them. And, you know, in terms of like the physical thing, I just kind of like connected, and with Tegan, I could pick up some physical things. I can't always. What I got was like a wheezing feeling, like a really tightness in the chest, tension, anxiety, shortness of breath, tires easily.
Okay.
I could almost feel like, you know, that feeling when I was connecting with Tegan.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. Now, of the other pets that you got,
Really quick stuff.
what was
I got Hank.
Hank? Okay, let's do Hank.
Hank is this one.
This is Hank.
Yeah.
He's a Great Dane. He's 6 months old.
The only thing I got from Hank is he's very shy.
Okay.
That was it. I kind of like thought I would go back and explore things because I had a lot of animals and I wanted to connect with them. All I heard was I am shy.
Okay.
The first
We'll
time I
have to
connected
ask.
with him, I didn't get anything. The second time I got I am shy.
Okay.
Then Luigi.
That's Luigi.
This is Luigi, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I really picked up very strong vibration from Luigi that Luigi is missing a beloved pet companion. There is some animal that this dog was very, very linked with that no longer is in his life.
That's correct.
It is correct?
Yeah.
And he's not gotten over it.
Okay.
That's
I think that's correct. Yes, I think that's correct. Because my sister had, they had another dog, and I think Harley knew Luigi, because that would be probably the dog that was gone, that he's sad about.
They Gave it to someone else?
No, Harley passed away. They ended up Harley down.
Okay, because Luigi's not over it at all.
Because I think that might be the dog. I have to ask her.
Yeah. There's an animal. I was picking up that the animal, not that the animal had passed away, but see, with Hank and Luigi, I have to say it was like a 1 second check-in because
Okay.
I realized I had to get here. So I can go back. I was picking up more. Maybe the animal could still come to us.
Maybe, I don't know. I have to ask. I don't
maybe
really
he
honestly
lived
remember.
with another animal. We could go find that other animal.
Well, they
Luigi
got him.
wants him back.
Yeah, they got him from a breeder, a whole bunch of puppies.
Yeah,
so,
there was some best friend that he's missing.
Maybe, I just would have to
Yeah.
ask. When you say gone, I'm thinking that it
Yeah,
was Harley, but
I
it
don't
may
know.
not have been.
Okay, yeah. That's all I got so far.
Okay, and then there was a couple other pictures.
Uh-huh. Well, Brew, right?
Brew.
I couldn't get anything, but I can try again.
Okay.
I know you mentioned something about a stick had hit its mouth. Let me just check it with Brew for a second. I just feel like he's blocked or something. Usually it's like so simple.
No worries.
Yeah.
We have other dogs.
No, I know. I'm not worried. I'm just would like to help him. Anxious or something. I'm picking up some kind of anxiety. I'm not picking up anything beyond that.
Okay.
What else?
I think you had another one, and I have two more over there too that I have to grab.
And if you need me to go back to any of these, I have Lucky here. I didn't check in with Lucky. Let's see.
Lucky was Joanne's dog.
Actually, there was
she had
no
sent me.
info, so I didn't know what.
It was on top.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Lucky a month ago. The previous owner got him from rescue. He seems kind of disconnected. Okay, that's all we know so far. Okay. Disconnected from a rescue. Okay, got him a month ago. All right, let's see.
It's kind of interesting how different mediums and psychics get to things. So it's kind of interesting to watch. So, and if you guys have any questions as you're watching, let me know.
I would say he's terrified. He's like very uneasy and not feeling at home at all. Not sure where he is, why he's there, and why he's not where he was before. Just this whole not at ease. And what I would recommend for that is, the owners really need to, the new owners, I would recommend sitting down and just really explaining that this is his home. He's not going back. They love him.
Okay.
He needs a lot of reassurance. He's very, it's like he's been picked up and plopped into the middle of, doesn't understand where or why.
Now, do you think that animals really, they act on how they're feeling? Like if they've been moved around a lot and they know where they like and where they don't want to go, and do they really wonder why did they get rid of me? All these animals that get displaced and all these hurricanes, my cousin has a dog from Hurricane Maria or whatever it was last year. Does that dog know, okay, so I was lost in this hurricane and now I'm with this family? I mean, do they know that?
It's probably wondering where its other family is.
Okay.
Yeah, they know all this. I think they maintain and hold a lot in them just like we do.
Okay.
They'll recognize, you hear about, I heard the other day about a dog that was missing for 3 years, and the owner never gave up and just found the dog. The dog, of course, remembered his family. Probably the whole time was looking for him, Very, very smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always kind of wondered that, do any of our pets or were they ever pets of ours in a past life?
Well, that's so weird you just said that, because I was just about to say I totally believe in reincarnation personally. But I don't think people become animals and animals become
No, you don't.
No,
that was another question.
No, I just think we might have the same animals,
Okay.
that come back to us.
Okay.
I mean, I remember not the 2 cats I have now, but the one before it told me she used to be my horse. I think that's what she had said. I have a lot of like past life stuff on horses, but
Okay.
yeah. So I think like animals become animals, and we keep on reconnecting with them. They come into our life for a reason.
Yeah. I just think it's fascinating. I don't know if do you have time to do you feel like looking at,
I have all the time you want. No, I'm getting up and leaving now.
well, I don't know, because I know like when
I mean,
I have, like the energy is kind of, you're using your energy.
Yes,
so
I am.
a lot of mediums, like they will tell me, I only want to talk or read for
Right.
so long because
Right.
it's just the energy.
Well, I had originally told you only two because of that reason,
Right.
right?
That's why I'm asking.
Right, and that's why I kind of started at home too, because I
Right.
thought this way maybe I can get in more, I don't know if I've ever done that before where I started home and then.
Right.
But I wanted to accommodate you. However, I feel like I can do more, and I can even explore more with what the animals.
Right.
Yes.
Now, do we have any questions from anybody?
Did you say that Lucky was sad?
Yeah, she said.
Yeah, feeling very, I don't know if sad's the word, it's more confused and insecure and like can't relax, because Lucky really doesn't understand that is Lucky a boy or a girl? I'm sorry, I don't always pick up the right
Think
side.
a boy.
Does it say?
Is Joanne watching?
Yes, okay. He seems disconnected, they're saying. Well, that's because Lucky does not even realize that he lives in where he is. He doesn't even know that's his home. And he's like, well, I was somewhere, then I was somewhere else, and now I'm somewhere else. From what we know, 3 places. So animals can really understand us. If you talk to them, if you don't think they can understand you, psychically they're picking up what you're saying. Tell him this is his new home. Explain whatever you want to put him at ease about why he had to leave his other home. Even if it's not true, I would say come up with something to make him feel not so sad.
So when they get moved around, they feel like, what's going on? Like, why do people not want?
Well, he might be thinking he's still going back too. So I would explain this is your new home.
That kind of makes me sad. Doesn't that make you sad? Like
he's kind of discombobulated right now. Like I don't know where I am. Is this owner writing in?
She said that they're his third owner.
What?
They're
Yeah.
his third owner.
Yeah. So he really needs to understand you're his new parents.
Okay.
And as whatever you can do to explain that. And that he's not going to go anywhere else. And it'll take time,
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad.
I also just picked up from Lucky that he was not the only pet before. And I don't know if he's the only pet now, but I feel like he might be the
When
only,
you heard her
he
right
might
to
be the
respond
only
back.
pet now. He wants, he needs another animal to console him.
Is she saying
He
if
came
he's the
from
only one?
there's another animal.
Okay.
What?
I was asking them if they were seeing if she was.
If he was the only pet?
Yeah.
Even if he's not the only pet, he's not connecting with the other pets. But I'm not sure if there's another pet in the household. Maybe one. But he wants a big dog to cuddle with. That's what he's saying. I think he had a big dog that kind of took care of him or something.
Oh, really? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, he's feeling, let me see. Am I right? Look, I think I'm onto something. Yes, there's a larger animal that was his like.
Be interesting if Joanne responds back to that. So what do they sound like when they're talking to you?
Just like a thought, my own thought. I'm not hearing like a
Okay.
barking or a meowing. I'm just hearing my thoughts.
Okay, so then they are telling you, and you're seeing visions in your head of what they're saying.
Yeah. I should say anyone can do this. I'm not special.
No, how can anyone do this? If someone's watching and they're like, I would love to be a pet communicator.
Yeah.
What tips and suggestions would you tell them to start?
Well, I mean, I want to say I went to school for this. It's
Okay.
not like on my own I just did it. I know I already had the ability because when I had those incidents with the fly and the cat, I hadn't gone for training.
Right.
I was in high school or something, No, I trained with Penelope Smith, who's the pioneer of the animal communication business. I took a beginner class at the Omega Institute, upstate New York, at a horse farm. And then I took the advanced training out in California.
Okay.
So I trained because I could do it before, but I couldn't do it like that, right? I needed to be able to just pull upon it really quickly. So I trained to learn how to, we learned how to work with animals, living and deceased actually, but I don't really do it with deceased anymore. We also help find lost animals, but I never really liked it that much, and I wasn't sure how good I was at it. I didn't trust that I was really leading people in the right direction. That's a huge responsibility,
Right.
now. I don't want someone to be paying me and I'm sending them on a wild goose chase.
Right.
It's not easy to do, to find lost animals. I was successful a little bit, but I trained. But I would say if somebody loves doing it, to read books on it, to see if you can take a beginner animal communication class. There are many of them now, that kind of thing. And you have to love pets and have your,
Right.
it would be helpful, like, to volunteer someplace or walk someone's dog or be around animals.
No, it seems very interesting. I mean, I've really enjoyed today's show. It's just different. I am sad again that we didn't have a live animal.
Yeah, well, it would have been fun.
Maybe we'll figure out a way to do it again and make sure it happens. So I do appreciate your time and you coming and being on the show.
Sure.
And I hope that we can have you on again and I can get a live animal. And because I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Sure.
And this has been great. So thanks, you guys. I appreciate you watching. If you have any other questions or you want to get contact to Cynthia, I will have all of her information up. Again, thank you to Wonderama for letting me use the studio, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I didn't know if I was supposed to be looking there.
That's fine.
Okay.
No, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you, Lisa.
No, how long was that?
I'd love to know about some of the feedback, but.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this is disconnected.
Is it still connected? Are we still on?
You might be.
We might be.
Hi.
Hi, if we are.
Just press the power button.
So,
That didn't tell us that.
yeah, I'll have to ask my sister about that because they had to put down like 3 animals in like the course of a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I think Riley was there with Frisbee. Is it on?
Frisbee.
I mean, sorry, Frisbee was the dog that had passed away. Sorry, before they
Are we
got
still on
Luigi.
the air?
I don't think we are. Are we?
It says it's live, but there's no. Oh yeah, we are.